Hey there, this is Amelia here. Welcome to Amelia's crossdressing story. Today we are going to share a story called Trip to Paris Part 1 by Teddie. For more interesting and exclusive stories, please subscribe to my channel and support me at Patreon. Jason and his family had just moved into town, and he had missed the first 3 days of his junior year in high school because of it. On his first day at school, a Monday, he was given a schedule and a map of the school. Each class period, he went to the room on his schedule, introduced himself to the instructor, was given any paperwork and assignments that had been given to the class. His fourth period class was physics, and he introduced himself to the instructor, Mr. Cooper. And Mr. Cooper said, "Class, this is Mr. Blackwell. He will be joining us for this term. Now, Mr. Blackwell, everyone has a partner in this class. And, since there is only one person without a partner, I guess she will have to be your partner." Mr. Cooper pointed, and continued, "That young lady sitting there, is Miss Gistard." There was some snickering in the class. Mr. Cooper looked over the top of his glasses at the class, and said, "Not everyone is good at physics. How would you like to face off against her on the soccer pitch?" The snickering stopped. Jason looked to where Mr. Cooper was pointing, and saw the girl. A pretty girl. She also looked as if she had spent the summer at the beach, and he wondered why no one else had chosen her for a partner. He walked back to the table that Mr. Cooper had pointed to, sat down, and said, "Hi." The girl returned a hi. He then noticed that she was not only pretty, but very pretty. "Class," Mr. Cooper said, "please make Mr. Blackwell feel welcome. Now, down to business. Like I told you the first day, there is a project due at the end of the 10th week, and here is a list of projects that you can choose from. Or, you can come up with one of your own. This is a team effort, so if you receive an A on the project, both of you get the A. If you receive an F, you both get the F." There was a moan from the class. And Mr. Cooper walked down the aisle, handing out the papers. Jason took the paper, read it over, smiled, and whispered, "This will be easy." "Easy," the girl whispered back. "Sure. This is all basic physics. And these projects on the list are simple. I bet we can come up with something better." "Are you crazy?" "No. Just want an A. We need to talk. It's Ronnie, by the way." "Jason. Nice to meet you. When do you have lunch?" "Next period." "Me too. I was going to eat with some friends, but we need to talk." "Miss Gistard," Mr. Cooper said, "would you two please get acquainted later? So that I can teach class." "Sorry sir," Ronnie replied. Mr. Cooper lectured the class, and 30 minutes later the bell rang. Jason followed Ronnie to the school cafeteria. He couldn't help but notice how tall she was, maybe 5'10", just as tall as he was, and had a very nice figure. Her hair was raven black, and fell well below her shoulders. They purchased lunch, and went to find a place to sit. As they walked down the cafeteria aisle, they stopped at a group of girls, and Ronnie said, "Hi guys. This is Jason. He's new, and I need to talk to him about some things." "Jason, this is Amy, Ginger, Carol, Karen, Jackie, another Amy, we call her Puppy, and Ricky. I'll catch you guys later." Jason said, "Hi." And got a hi, along with a bunch of smiles, from the group of girls. Jason thought that all these girls really looked to be in very good shape, as did Ronnie. And, as they were walking away, he heard one of them say loud enough for him and Ronnie to hear, "He's cute." Ronnie found a table that wasn't occupied, and they sat opposite each other. He finally noticed her eyes. They weren't blue or green, but seemed to be a mix of the two colors, but whatever they were very striking, pretty, and seemed to sparkle. As they ate, they talked, with Ronnie starting out with, "Are you nuts with that project in physics?" "No." "Why?" "Physics, along with math, are my worst subjects." I'll be lucky to get out of them with a D. That's why no one partnered with you. Yeah. Everyone knows that I'm lousy in those subjects. Give me English, French, and history. But I need the others to graduate and get into college. Physics is easy. No way. It is when you've been around it all of your life. And math isn't that hard either. All your life? Yeah. My dad has a PhD in physics. You're kidding? No. That's why we moved here. He's head of research for the Briard Corporation. So, you're good in physics? Yeah. Kind of comes naturally. And math? Yeah. But English and Spanish are my downfall. And you're saying we can pull an A on the project? Really easy. But we have to work together so that you're learning too. Why? Doesn't Cooper give tests? Oh, God. Does he? You've got to pass them too. An A on the project is one thing, but just that won't get you a passing grade in the class. Yeah. You're right. Tell you what. You're good in English, right? Yeah. You help me with English. And I'll help you with your physics. Wouldn't be willing to throw in math, would you? Maybe. It's a shame that we aren't taking the same foreign language. I really need help in Spanish. Maybe I can talk Puppy into helping. Puppy. Where did she get that nickname? With two girls named Amy on the soccer team, it was hard when both of them were on the field at the same time. So, Puppy, who is actually about a month younger than the other Amy, got the nickname. Don't remember who came up with it. So, are all those girls on the soccer team? That bunch that you met, and some others. Any good? Won the districts last year, lost the states. Not bad. We're going to work hard to win states this year. Let me see your schedule. Jason handed Ronnie his schedule. And she looked it over and said, we have English together 9th period. And I think Puppy is in your Spanish class. But you're taking a math class that I'd never try. Just then the bell rang for class change. As she got up, with a smile, she said, see you in English. See you. Jason sat there for a minute and thought, there's something about her. She's not stuck up, but maybe a little more sophisticated than most of the other girls that I've known. The remainder of the day went almost like the first half. 9th period rolled around, and Jason walked into the English room. He stopped at the instructor's desk and handed her his schedule. He looked around for Ronnie, spotted her, but the seats on either side of her were taken. He spotted an empty seat and took it. After class, Ronnie came up to him and said, hi again. Hi. Still willing to tutor a poor student? Yep. As long as you're willing to help me. And I don't think it's a poor student thing. I just think it's understanding the subject. We'll see. Can I give you a lift home? No thanks. I've got practice. You play any sports? I tried baseball, but I'm no good at it. And I'm too skinny for football. Besides, I'm not fond of pain. Did you see Puppy in Spanish? Yeah. She sits a few seats in front of me. I'll ask her if she's willing to help you. Got to run. See you tomorrow in physics. See you. Jason headed to his car and home. At least he'd made one friend. The next day, before class, he was talking with a couple of boys that were in his first period math class. One said, saw you talking with Ronnie Gistard at lunch yesterday. Yeah. I'm partnered with her in physics, and we're trying to figure out what to do for a project. That's a losing proposition. Why? She flunked the course last year. She's taking it over. Well, I guess we'll just have to see what happens. I want an A out of that class. Good luck. You'll need it. The bell for the first period rang. By fourth period, and time for physics, he had two other people tell him about Ronnie, and he was beginning to wonder. He was at their table in physics before Ronnie, and she walked up with a big smile, and a hi. Hi. How was practice? It was practice. A little seriously, Jason said, let's eat lunch together. We need to talk again. The smile left, as she said, what's wrong? Nothing. I just need to find out some things. After class, they walked to the cafeteria together, got their food, and found a place to sit. She didn't say anything, but sat, played with her food, and waited for him to start talking. Finally, Jason said, I had a couple of people warn me about you. Warn you? Yeah. They said that you flunked physics last year. Yeah. I did. Why didn't you tell me that yesterday? With a very hurt look on her face, she said, I don't know. I should have. Yes, you should have. So, no tutor? Didn't say that. I just want you to be honest with me. That's all. Okay. Yeah. I flunked physics last year. And I have to have a science to graduate and get into college. And I'm also worried about math. I know. And I'm willing to help. Really? Yes. Ronnie got a smile back on her face, and the twinkle back in her eyes. Now, Jason said, when are we going to get started on this? Next week? No. We need to get started earlier than that. How often do you have soccer practice? Right now, twice a week. Mondays, and? Wednesdays. All right. We need to get together, at least, let's say on Tuesday and Thursday. And one day on the weekend. Yeah. Where? How about the city library? You're not afraid to be seen with me? Why would I be? I'm black, and you're white. He sat there, with a puzzled look on his face. She asked, something wrong? No. I had black friends back in Tulsa. Do you have a problem with it? No. I have a lot of girlfriends that are white. But, what? But, you'll be out with a black girl. So. Some of my black friends were girls. Anyway, it's not a date. We're just studying. I guess. If you're uneasy with it. We could do it at my house or yours. Your parents wouldn't mind? No. Would yours? Probably not. Your choice. The library, my place, or yours? Let's try the library. All right. Tonight at 7, at the library. Okay. That night, Jason was at the library just before 7, waiting for Ronnie, and she was right on time. They found a quiet place, and spent an hour on physics, a half hour on English, and a half hour on math. The same happened on Thursday. Ronnie learned that Jason was actually interested in helping her. And she had started to really study. He really enjoyed her help with English. She was making it almost fun. On Thursday, as they were walking out of the library, he asked, "No boyfriend?" "We broke up just before school started." "I'm sorry." "I'm not." He wanted things that I wasn't willing to give him. And it may be a very long time before I'm ready for another boyfriend. Sorry. I didn't mean to pry. That's all right. Now, can I ask you something? Sure. Why did you hesitate the other day when I told you I was black? I guess I just had to let it sink in. Let what sink in? That you were black. I just thought that you had spent a lot of time at the pool and had a great tan. She smiled and said, kind of a permanent tan. I guess. Besides, I'm really biracial. See you tomorrow. Thanks for the help. See you. After English on Friday, Ronnie cornered Jason, and said, Sunday the library closes at 5. At 5. That's dumb. Yeah. Want to get together on Saturday? Can't. The parents have something planned. Oh. What about my place, or yours, on Sunday? Can we do yours? Sure. Your parents really won't mind? Nope. I've already told them that we were tutoring each other. Did you tell them I was black? No. Why should I? They won't care. And, don't let it bother you. You sure? Yes. We're just two friends studying. Okay. He wrote his address and telephone number on a piece of paper, gave it to her, and said, see you on Sunday about 7. On Sunday evening, Jason heard Ronnie's car pull into the drive, and the doorbell rang a minute later. He, and their 2 dogs, answered the door. He said, hi. Not afraid of dogs, are you? Hi. No. Nice house. What are their names? Lucky and Cappy. Come on in, and I'll introduce you to everyone else. She hesitated a little. And, Jason asked, what's the matter? Just a little nervous. Don't be. She followed him into the den. And, he started introductions with, Ronnie, this is my mom and dad. This is my older sister, Beth, she just started college, and my younger sister, Mary, a freshman. Everyone, this is Ronnie Gistard. Hi, Ronnie said very quietly. Jason's mom said, hello Ronnie. It's nice to see you helping each other study. Jason's dad said, it's nice to meet you Ronnie. Any relation to Barry Gistard? Yes sir, Ronnie answered, he's my dad. Looking at Jason, his dad said, Vice President of Operations at Briard. Jason looked at Ronnie, and said, really? I guess I should have told you. No. You didn't have to. Turning to his mother, Jason asked, Mom. Can we use the kitchen table to study? Sure honey. There's cold drinks in the frig. And, we'll leave you alone. Thanks. We'll be done around 9. Jason showed Ronnie to the kitchen, and they began studying. After about half an hour, they took a break, and Jason asked, any more surprises? You mad? No. A lot of the kids have parents that work at Briard. Amy's dad is vice president of sales. I guess I should have figured that a lot of the parents worked for Briard. It's the largest employer in town. Yeah. There are a lot of them. They finished studying a little after 9, Jason walked Ronnie to the door, and watched her drive away. He then walked into the den, where his mom and dad were, and sat down with them. His mother said, cute girl. Yeah, Jason replied. Did you get a lot of studying done? Yeah. She's beginning to understand some basic physics. And English is beginning to make a little more sense to me. Jane, his dad said to his mother, don't you remember meeting the Gistards at our welcoming party? She is a tall, very pretty, black woman. And, he's a very tall man. Both spoke with French accents. Yes. And, he's white. Right? Yes, his dad said, I think that I heard that Ronnie was born in France. And, that she's an only child. Jason said, really? That's the accent I hear. Supposed to be a really good soccer player too. Could be. She said the girls' team almost won the state championship last year. The next few weeks went along the same way, Tuesday and Thursday at the library, and Sunday at the Blackwell house. One day Mr. Cooper, the physics teacher, gave a pop quiz, and the following day when he handed them back, Ronnie didn't want to look at hers. Jason took it, looked at it, handed it back to her, and said, you may want to look at this. Ronnie looked at it, gave a little squeal, which got a reaction from Mr. Cooper. He said, pleased, are we Miss Gistard? Jason whispered, I'm proud of you. An 87% isn't bad. Thank you. No. you did all the work. Mr. Blackwell. Can I see you after class? Mr. Cooper asked. Yes, sir. I'll see you in the cafeteria later, Jason said to Ronnie. When Jason found Ronnie, she was sitting with her friends. He sat down across from her, and she asked, what did Cooper want? To thank me for helping you. Really? He said, he's seen a real improvement. How's your English and Spanish coming? Good. Puppy is doing a good job with Spanish, and your help with English is wonderful. I'll probably pass them, no A's, but no F's either. A few weeks later, the physics projects had been handed in, and the day that they were to be returned everyone was nervous, as they knew that this was half of their semester grade. As Mr. Cooper was handing them back, you could hear deep sighs from some students, and oh no's from other. When he reached Jason and Ronnie, he handed them their paper, and said, Can I see the two of you after class? They answered in unison. Yes, sir. After class, Jason and Ronnie were standing in front of Mr. Cooper's desk. He looked over the top of his glasses, and said, You two did better than anyone else. Your project wasn't on the list, and it wasn't exactly easy. Mr. Blackwell, you've been a big help to Miss Gistard. Are both of you going to take advanced physics in your senior year? Jason answered, Yes, sir. Ronnie just said, No, sir. Good, Mr. Blackwell. Miss Gistard, that may be for the best. But, your improvement has been remarkable. One last thing. Mr. Blackwell, where do you get your love for physics? My dad. Your dad? Yes, sir. He has a PhD in physics. Oh. No help from father on this project? No, sir. It's all ours. Good. Report cards came out at the end of the term, and no one wanted to look at them. But, a group, that included a few of the soccer team, their boyfriends, Ronnie, and Jason, was standing around after school, and played a little game to see who would open their report card first. Amy lost, and opened hers. She said, 2 B's, 2 C's, and 1 D. Carol's boyfriend was next. He said, 3 B's, and 2 C's. Ronnie was next. Her eyes lit up. She hugged Jason, and kissed him on the cheek. This got a cheer from everyone else. She quickly let go, looked very embarrassed, and said, I'm sorry. Jason said, Don't be. You're just happy with what you saw. What was it? 3 A's, a B, and a C in physics. Told you that you could do it. 3 players later, Jason lost. He looked at his report card, and put it away. Ronnie said, No fair. What did you get? 3 A's, and 2 B's. Thanks to you, and Puppy. Jason and Ronnie took a break from studying that Sunday. And, Jason was sitting at home, when the phone rang. He answered it. Hello. Hi, Jason. It's Ronnie. Hi. What, you missed talking to me on Sunday? Yeah. I mean no. Got a question. Shoot. I'm giving a party next Saturday night. And, it's a boy and girl thing. It's going to be the soccer team, a couple more friends, and their boyfriends. I was wondering if you would like to come? Sure. But, I don't have anyone to bring. I thought that it might be you and me. Sort of a friend thing. You sure? Yeah. I'd really like that. Your parents won't mind? Why should they? I'm white. Jason. See how silly it sounds? Got me. Didn't you? Yep. But, I'm still willing to come. Great. See you at school on Monday. See you. Who was that, honey? Jason's mom asked. Ronnie. She's having a party next Saturday, and invited me. That's nice, dear. That Saturday, Jason was at Ronnie's house at around 6. The party wasn't starting until 7, and she had wanted a little help beforehand. He rang the bell, and Ronnie answered the door with, "Hi. Come on in." "Hi. Mom and Dad are in the kitchen, helping Amy with some food." "Come on, I'll introduce you." They walked through the house, to a large country-style kitchen. Amy saw them first, and with a big smile, said, "Hi, Jason." "Hi, puppy." Then Ronnie said, "Mom and Dad, this is Jason Blackwell." "Jason, this is my mom and dad." Like Jason's dad had said, Mr. Gistard was a tall and handsome, and Mrs. Gistard was also tall and strikingly pretty. "It's a pleasure to meet you, Jason," Mrs. Gistard said. "Shanta told us all about how you've helped her with physics and math." "It was mutual, Mrs. Gistard. She's helped me with English." "Your dad is Tom Blackwell, isn't he?" Mr. Gistard asked. "Yes, sir. He is." "Come on, Jason," Ronnie said, "I'll show you what you can do." As they walked outside, Jason said, "Now I know where you get your looks from." "Huh? Your mom is very pretty." "Thanks. She was a model in France, before we moved here." "So, that is a French accent. And, why you're so good in French?" "Oui. How long have you been in this country?" "About 6 years. I was wondering about the little bit of an accent, Shanta." "Please don't use that name." "Sorry. But, why?" "I hate my name. I prefer Ronnie to Shanta Renee. And, only a few people know it. But, it's a pretty name." "Please?" "Sure. Now, why were you so worried?" "About what?" "Me being white." "Your dad is white." "I don't know." "Yes, you do." "Why?" They stopped on the patio. Ronnie looked at Jason and said, "Please don't tell anyone else." "I won't." "Promise?" "Okay. I promise. When I was a freshman, I liked a boy, and he was white. And, some very unpleasant things happened. He eventually got beat up by a bunch of guys, because he liked a black girl. And, I just don't want anyone getting hurt again. So, I'm just very leery, even if it's just a friend thing. Let me worry about that." The party was a success. And, as they were cleaning up, Ronnie came over to Jason and said, "Thanks for hanging around and helping," and gave him a kiss on the cheek. Then said, "I'm sorry." "Sorry about what?" "For being so forward. You were just showing your appreciation. It's your way. Remember the grade card?" "Yeah." After they finished straightening up, and Jason was ready to leave, Ronnie was seeing him to the door. As they were standing saying goodnight, Ronnie took his hand and said, "Thanks again for everything." "You are more than welcome." And, he gave her a kiss on the cheek. "What was that for?" "Just to thank you for your help in English." That's all for now. See you in the next video. For more interesting stories, please subscribe to our channel, and for exclusive content, please join us on Patreon. Link in the comment.